Welcome, dear viewers, to a journey through the annals of ancient Egyptian mythology, a realm where gods and monsters walked hand in hand, where the Nile's life-giving waters nourished both crops and chilling legends. Today we descend into the dimly lit tombs of the pharaohs, brush aside the cobwebs of time, and shine a light on the creatures that lurked in the shadows. Yes, today we shall uncover the 10 most frightening creatures that haunted the imaginations of the ancient Egyptians, beings whose very names whispered around campfires could chill the bravest heart, and whose images carved into stone served as both warnings and wards. Prepare yourselves, dear viewers, for we are about to stare into the abyss of ancient fears, and in doing so, perhaps, we may learn something of ourselves. Our journey begins with a creature so terrifying, so destructive, that the very mention of its name sent shivers down the spines of even the most stalwart pharaohs. I speak, of course, of Apep, the serpent of chaos, a monstrous embodiment of darkness and oblivion. Imagine, if you will, a creature so vast, so colossal, that its coils could encircle the entire world. Apep, the ancient Egyptians believed, resided in the underworld, a shadowy mirror of the world above, eternally locked in a struggle against the sun god Ra. Each night, as Ra's solar barge sailed across the celestial river, Apep would lie in wait, its gaping maw ready to consume the life-giving sun and plunge the world into eternal darkness. It was a battle waged anew with each sunset, a cosmic conflict upon which the fate of all creation rested. But hope, my friends, was not lost. The ancient Egyptians believed that by invoking the protection of Ra, by wearing amulets inscribed with powerful protective spells, one could ward off Apep's evil and ensure the dawn of a new day. From the depths of the underworld, we ascend to the Hall of Two Truths, the heart of the ancient Egyptian afterlife. Here, in this sacred space, the fate of every soul hung in the balance, judged by Osiris, the god of the underworld. But standing beside Osiris, ever watchful, was a creature that struck terror into the hearts of even the most righteous Amit, the devourer of the dead. Picture a creature with the head of a crocodile, the forelegs and body of a lion, and the hindquarters of a hippopotamus, a horrifying amalgamation of the most fearsome predators known to the ancient Egyptians. Amit, you see, was no mere guardian of the underworld. She was the embodiment of divine retribution. Her role was to devour the hearts of those deemed unworthy by Osiris, those whose hearts were heavy with sin and deceit. From the shadowy depths of the underworld, we emerge into the blazing sunlight, the realm of Sekhmet, the lioness goddess of war and destruction. Imagine, a being of primal fury, a goddess whose very breath could scorch the earth and whose roar could shake the heavens. Sekhmet, my friends, was a force of nature, as unpredictable and as devastating as a desert storm. She was the protector of the pharaohs, the dispenser of justice, but also a bringer of plagues and pestilence. Her wrath, once unleashed, was said to be unstoppable, capable of laying waste to entire civilizations. It was said that only the most potent magic, the most heartfelt prayers, could appease her fiery temper. Our journey through the Egyptian pantheon of fear brings us now to Set, the god of chaos, storms and violence. Set was a being of pure, untamed power, a god whose very presence could stir the seas to a frenzy and darken the skies with storms. Set, my friends, was the embodiment of everything the ancient Egyptians feared: disorder, betrayal, and the untamed forces of nature. He was the murderer of Osiris, the usurper of the throne, a constant threat to the established order. His was a power that could shatter kingdoms, tear families apart, and unleash chaos upon the world. And yet Set was also a necessary force, a reminder that even in the most ordered society, chaos lurked just beneath the surface. We venture now into the murky depths of the Nile, the lifeblood of Egypt, where lurks Sobek, the crocodile god, a creature both revered and feared. Picture a being of immense size and power, its scales shimmering like emeralds, its jaws capable of crushing a man's skull in an instant. Sobek, you see, was the embodiment of the Nile itself, a force both life-giving and deadly. He was the protector of the river, the guardian of fishermen and those who made their living on the water. But he was also a fearsome predator, a creature to be approached with caution and respect. To incur Sobek's wrath was to invite disaster, to risk being dragged down into the depths of the Nile, never to be seen again. Our exploration of ancient Egyptian fears leads us now to Babi, the baboon god, a creature that embodied the primal aggression that lurks within us all. Imagine, if you can, a being of unpredictable fury, its eyes blazing with a savage light, its teeth bared in a menacing grin. Babi, you see, was not a god to be trifled with. He was associated with the underworld, a guardian of the dead, and his thirst for blood was legendary. To encounter Babi was to face the unbridled rage of nature itself, a force that could tear a man limb from limb without a moment's hesitation. The ancient Egyptians believed that Babi's fury could be unleashed upon those who dared to disrespect the gods, to break oaths, or to shed innocent blood. Our journey into the heart of Egyptian mythology brings us face to face with the Serpapard, a creature so bizarre, so unsettling, that it seems to defy the very laws of nature. Imagine, if you can, a being with the body of a leopard, sleek and powerful, but with the long, sinuous neck of a serpent, its head swaying menacingly as it surveys its surroundings. The Serpapard, you see, was a creature of paradox, a symbol of both chaos and creation. Its dual nature embodied the ancient Egyptian belief that within every force there exists its opposite, that order and disorder are forever locked in a cosmic dance. To encounter a Serpapard was to be reminded of the fragility of order, the ever-present threat of chaos that lurked just beyond the veil of reality. We turn our attention now to Bennu, a creature of immense spiritual significance in ancient Egyptian mythology, the heron-like bird that rose from the ashes, a symbol of rebirth and renewal. But Bennu, my friends, was more than just a symbol of hope. It was a creature of immense power, a force that could both create and destroy. The ancient Egyptians believed that Bennu was self-created, that it had sprung forth from the primeval waters of Nun, the embodiment of chaos that existed before the creation of the world. Bennu, you see, represented the cyclical nature of time, the endless cycle of death and rebirth that governed all of creation. Our journey through the Egyptian pantheon of fear brings us face to face with the uraeus, the rearing cobra, a symbol deeply ingrained in the very fabric of ancient Egyptian society. Imagine a cobra, its scales gleaming with a hypnotic brilliance, poised to strike, its venomous fangs bared in a silent threat. The uraeus, you see, was more than just a serpent. It was a symbol of divine authority, a protector of the pharaoh, and a potent weapon against the forces of chaos. It adorned the brows of pharaohs and goddesses, a visible reminder of their power and authority. To defy the uraeus was to defy the gods themselves, to invite swift and terrible retribution. Our final destination in this exploration of ancient Egyptian fears takes us to the feet of the Sphinx, a creature of myth and legend, a guardian of sacred places and a symbol of wisdom and enigma. Imagine, if you can, a colossal creature, its body that of a lion, powerful and majestic, but with the head of a human, its face etched with an ageless wisdom, its eyes seeming to pierce the veil of time itself. The Sphinx, my friends, was a creature of paradox, a being of immense power, yet bound to its post, a keeper of secrets who challenged those who dared to seek its wisdom. The ancient Egyptians believed that the Sphinx guarded the entrance to the underworld, and to pass its vigil, one had to prove their worth by answering its riddles. To fail was to face the Sphinx's wrath, to be consumed by the very sands of time. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of ancient Egyptian mythology, a journey into the heart of a civilization that dared to stare into the abyss of the unknown. We've walked among gods and monsters, explored the shadowy corners of the Egyptian underworld, and faced the creatures that haunted the nightmares of pharaohs. But remember, dear viewers, These creatures, as terrifying as they may seem, were more than just monsters. They were embodiments of the human experience, reflections of our deepest fears and aspirations. Remember, knowledge of the past can protect us in the present. By understanding the fears of those who came before us, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. May the wisdom of the ancients guide you on your journey.